I'm Cindy O'Connor for Passion with Purpose. Today's topic is collaborative divorce, and joining me is Dr. Phyllis Marganoff, a specialist in the topic. She is a divorce coach trained in collaborative law, a psychologist specializing in helping couples through life crises, and also a clinical supervisor at the Rutgers Graduate School of Applied and Professional Psychology. Welcome, Phyllis.
Thanks, Cindy.
The last time that you were here, we talked about counseling couples in order to avoid problems like divorce, basically in order to help them navigate through life's challenges. When that doesn't work out, another kind of work may be called for. And I had never heard before of collaborative divorce. I'd heard of mediated divorce, but not collaborative. Tell us what it is.
Collaborative divorce developed about 10 years ago. A lawyer in Minnesota had just finished a really awful litigated divorce. And he said, there's got to be a better way to do this because this destroys people's lives. It costs so much money, and it leaves nobody feeling good. And so he started to work with mental health professionals and financial professionals to develop a team approach that rests on three principles. Number one, the divorcing parties agree that they will not litigate. They will not go to court. Two, they will be transparent. That is, all information will be shared by all parties. And three, there will be mutual respect, no name calling, no contempt shown, an overall respectful, peaceful process. Some people call it the kinder, gentler way to divorce.
Now, there are also, I think, three people who are working together to help.
It is a team approach. Each of the divorcing parties retains a collaboratively trained divorce attorney. And the other team members are a divorce coach who is a collaboratively trained mental health professional, licensed person like me, a psychologist, or a social worker, or another mental health field. But the requirement is that one be trained in collaborative divorce, and it's really important that that person understand human systems, and a financial professional who, again, functions as a neutral, because divorce is really three parts. And the people who have done the work on developing collaborative divorce have really observed that divorce is 80% emotional, and the rest of it is the legal and financial. And in fact, there's a kind of Venn diagram, a three-circle like the Budweiser circles of the intersection of the legal, the financial, and the emotional. But it really requires three areas of expertise to get through that with as little destruction as possible.
Yeah, so what happens when people are making really important decisions and they're being informed by anger or by resentment or,
Well, that's where a divorce coach is so important, because a divorce coach is an emotion manager, a relationship manager, and a conflict manager. The divorce coach helps people manage to bring conflict up in a respectful way, developing new patterns in addressing difficult issues.
Having all of these people working on this divorce project, is it more expensive than it would be if you went the traditional route?
Well, there's been a major research project done that suggests that a collaborative divorce costs about 2/3 of a litigated divorce.
Okay, and what does it mean for the children if there are children involved?
Well, this is why I'm so passionate about this. I see divorce like a shipwreck, and the ship is wrecked. Everybody lands in some kind of lifeboat with limited resources. There's limited food, limited water, a little piece of tarp to keep the sun off, and the task is to get that lifeboat over to the island and establish a place to live. Now, when a family is going through that process, the adults have the responsibility to set up 2 homes under 2 trees and be very clear that the family is going to survive this process. The couple can uncouple, but for the children's sake, they have to be aware that their family is going to survive and thrive in the future. And that's what a divorce code can help with.
You know, respecting the rights of confidentiality and privacy and whatnot, can you give us a real life story of how this has worked for someone?
I could give you several, but one stands out. A while back, and again, no details here to protect confidentiality, but I had a couple in my office that were struggling with trying to keep their marriage together, and it just was clear that it wasn't going to work. So the man said, "I'm finished, I can't do this anymore." And the woman jumped up, started to yell, "I'm going home and throw all your stuff out on the lawn." And she walked out and slammed the door. And I called her and said, "First of all, I don't think you should drive when you're that upset. And secondly, please come back. This is not good for the children." She came back, sat down, and I worked with them for 6 months on a parenting plan. I suggested that they pull in a financial expert and referred them to collaboratively trained lawyers. And they had a peaceful divorce. They continue to co-parent, and life goes on.
Mm-hmm. Phyllis, if people would like more information about this, how can they get it?
The International Academy of Collaborative Professionals has a website called collaborativepractice.com, and on that site there's a Find a Professional section, and you can click on that and find a professional in New Jersey, and also find out all that you want to know about collaborative divorce. There are also 2 local groups, the New Jersey Collaborative Law Group and the Mid-Jersey Collaborative Law Alliance, and they both have websites. And then, of course, you can look on my website, drphyllismarganoff.com, or call me on the phone the old-fashioned way, 908-359-1969.
Phyllis, thanks so much for joining us and talking about this important topic.
You're welcome, Cindy.
For Passion with Purpose, I'm Cindy O'Connor. Thanks for watching.